Mordecai gave him a copy of the writ of the decree that was given in Shushan to show to Esther, to tell her and order her to go before the king, to beseech him and beg him to save the lives of her people. And Mordecai ordered that he tell Esther, do not imagine to yourself that you will escape in the king's house from among all the Jews. And who knows, maybe it was just such an occasion that you were made queen. That's actually, keep going.
Do you understand what you just said?
Yeah, well, it said, don't assume that, you're going to accomplish your task. No?
So what's going on here?
I think with that in mind, she probably would do things differently than if she thought she was going to go in there and...
So what do we learn from that? The first step that we learned till we came to this story was to learn, first of all, in order to find my mission in life, I have to find out what's my talents, what my abilities, and what my deficiencies. That's first of all personal, me and surrounding me. Who am I? What is good about me? What's not so good? Because everything, if we analyze correctly, who am I? What talents I have? Am I a person that has humor? Am I talented with something special? What can I do? That's number one. Circle number one. Circle number two, where we have to look, with whom do I have a relationship? Who are my friends? Who am I seeing? Why? Because Esther happened to be in the story the wife of Ahasuerus, the king. And she was in the palace of the king. And there is a decree to kill every man, woman, and child of the Jewish nation. No one knew she's Jewish. She doesn't have to say anything. I can be silent and quiet and that's it. Why do I have to talk? Is it my business? Did I do anything wrong, Esther said? I didn't do it. I didn't initiate, God forbid, to kill everyone. It's Haman, Ahasuerus' business. Who am I? And if I go and I do something, Ahasuerus may kill me too. Am I obligated to put my life in danger? And what does Mordecai tells her? Mi yodea, who knows if for that reason you are placed in that location? Who knows why God brought you there, if not for that reason? And you will not act, you will miss the opportunity of your life, mission in life. If God brings you to a certain point in life, you are given a mission, and you decline, you might lose the whole opportunity of your life and goal in life. So all your life was wasted because you did not act upon this moment. That's what Mordecai says to Esther. What else he told her, which doesn't mention here? God will already find a way to help them. Don't worry about it. But you will be lost forever. I remember he's speaking to his niece, who raised her. She was like his own daughter. He pushes her and directs her to put her life on the line to save the Jewish nation. Esther was very scared. She was frightened to come to the king without being invited. It was a capital punishment on the spot. And not that the king was such a good king that he never did it before, because he killed his first wife before, without any doubts. So what would be for him to kill another woman? Big deal. But Mordecai tells her, this is your mission. Act upon it. Good part of Mordecai was instrumental in her life. She took that advice to the next level and she saved the entire Jewish nation till today. Yes.
But he's telling her what her mission is. It's not like
Says,
she knows.
perhaps she is the only one who can really act. There is nobody else who can come into this point to help. Mordechai is out. There is all the Jewish people are out. He says to her, listen, this could be your mission. Because if you happen to know, you have a relationship with the Ahasuerus, the king, because God placed you there. So obviously there is a goal here. What's your goal? To just leave with the king? Or there is a greater goal in life? Is your life, imagine you have a business going and someone is asking you, what's your goal in life? My goal is to make a lot of money? If that's the mission statement of the company? You know what's the mission statement of Google? The mission statement of Google is to organize the world. So all the information will be ready for you. Obviously they make a lot of money. But there is a mission statement, it's not money. The mission statement is to organize. As a result, obviously you have an idea here. So then you make a lot of money. Did you ever go to Starbucks? You know what's their mission statement? To inspire people to think. That's their mission statement. It's not about coffee. It's not about drink a cup of coffee a cup at a time. It's to inspire people to think. How have a good cup of coffee? So obviously you're not discussing, when you speak about a mission statement in life, you're not discussing about physical matters. Accumulating more gold and silver. That's not the mission statement. The mission statement is something more spiritual, more that can change the world. How? Do this and this and you will be inspired to be organized. Why is this again? This organization is because people don't have a mission statement. So number one, we understand already to look into yourself, to realize who you are, what talents I have, what's so special about me, and what are my deficiencies, what am I not so special, what's my weaknesses. Then I can look, who do I have a relationship with? Who do I know that I can make a difference in the world? That's what Mordechai and Esther did. Ben Zoma said, who is wise? He who learns from every person. Mishnah in Pirkei Avot. You might think I am the smartest person. Why should I learn from somebody who is below me, beneath me? Will I go learn from somebody who is not so educated, who doesn't have the talents that I do? Says Ben Zoma that each and every person, if you encounter somebody else, means you can learn something from them. From anyone. Ezuhu Chacham. Who is the wise man who can find and learn from anybody? I had a teacher, his name was Mendel Futterfuss. We grew up in Russia, communism, and was sent to Siberia by Stalin, in Machshmo, who killed over 50 million people for no reason. And he sent many to the gulags, it's called. And this Mendel Futterfuss was in a labor camp. He was there for 17 years of his life, just to give you an understanding. He was a man of a special stature. He was in Siberia, suffering every day, surrounded by all kind of different people. Under the regime of Stalin, they had to work hard outside in the freezing cold, not the Great Neck, much worse than that. Nevertheless, he kept his sanity. And one of the things that he wanted to see, he says, what helped him to guide him in life was the Baal Shem Tov saying, everything you hear and see, everything you hear and see in life is a message to you from God. And the message is to you, God speaks to you. We think we only speak to God, but God never speaks to us. How does God communicate with us? When you happen to see something, you happen to hear something, says the Baal Shem Tov, God is giving you a message. How to serve God better. Whatever you see and hear is a message to serve God. One of the people that was with him in the camp always says he's tightrope walker. You know what is tightrope? When he walks on a rope? So Mendel was thinking to himself, what crazy guy would walk on a rope high up and put himself in danger to be killed? But he never practices, so he didn't care. But one day Stalin died. And the pressure went down a little bit. And everyone in the camp decided they will go celebrate. How will they celebrate in Siberia in the middle of nowhere? So each one of the people had to show their talent. And so happened to be, they all gathered outside. And this man says, I can walk on a rope. Let's put tight rope, and I will walk on it. And they said, impossible. It's impossible. He says, I'll prove it to you. And they found a rope, from one tree to the next, and he climbs up the tree, high, and it takes a few steps, and he falls down. But he falls down like a cat. Doesn't hurt. He knows how to fall down. He practiced. Takes another few steps, falls down again like a cat. But then he takes another few steps and he begins walking. He's walking, then he begins dancing with one leg and back and forth. And Mendel says the whole camp was so inspired by this man. Look at what he can do. And then he was walking until he came till the end of the rope. And then he turned around quickly and started to dance back, and so he came down. And he went all the way back, and everyone were clapping and giving him all the cheering. He came down, gave a hand to everyone. So he came to Rabbi, Rabbi, what do you have to say about me? Now do you believe me? So the Rabbi to him, tell me, I see you really know what you're doing. What's the secret? How do you do that? If I will walk, I'll fall down. How can you do that? Can you tell me the secrets? He says, I'll give you my secrets away. But there Mendel is a wise man, sits him down, talks to him a little bit more, and finally, after a little l'chaim, he tells him, listen, I'll tell you what the truth is. The truth is, when I walk, I put my focus where I'm going. If I know where I'm going, I never think a second I'll fall down. Because my focus is, I'm heading on the rope till the end of the rope. And you will never fall down, he says. If you know how to focus right, you will focus and you will achieve your